Yo, my peeps!
What's up? What's up?
Welcome back to Fighting Out of Cape Town. This is Zaz and with my co-host Big V,
Big
as
V.
usual. Big V, a massive
Yes.
card.
UFC 279.
Ooh, baby.
No
It's gonna-
titles.
No titles. I
No
actually never
titles.
thought about it.
There are no titles in this fight. The last time I remember this was when Nate Diaz also fought on this card. On such a card. When he fought Oye Masvidal in the main event at Madison Square Garden.
100%. And that's the last time he fought at MSG, right?
Yes.
And what a crazy card, crazy event, crazy fight.
event.
Nothing Nate does is normal
Nah.
in the best way possible.
Okay, true.
And so, what a gangster, what an absolute gangster.
Yeah.
And obviously, massive respect. I saw his ESPN interview.
Yo. What did he say? What did he say?
He said many things that I'm not going to speak about, I'll be honest with you. But I love Nate Diaz, obviously, always. He mentioned the part that he's the best fighter ever.
Is it?
And
Okay.
then also said his brother's the best fighter ever.
Okay.
So he's only the best fighter after his brother's the
Yo,
best fighter. Are they the best fighters?
You know, if there was ever an example of someone who smoked too much weed, it's Nate Diaz.
Yeah, and get hit in the head too often.
100%.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
combination is a lot.
It's a tough conversation to have with Nate Diaz, as you can imagine. But look, obviously love Nate. Huge fans of Nathan Diaz. 21 and 13.
21 and 13.
Mm.
That's many losses on his career.
Mm.
It's a journeyman, if you will.
Has to be labeled as that because you can't label him a champion.
Yeah, you can't because he
And
never.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's just the
Yeah.
context that you'll fall into, or a construct that you'll fall into. It's one of those things, obviously, right? It doesn't always mean a bad thing.
No, it doesn't.
There's people that get kicked out,
100%.
you know. So I mean, but anyways, Nate, obviously a legend in the sport.
Yes. Starting his own fighting.
Fight promotion.
Fight promotion. Yes, he is. So.
Let's go. I love it. Look, you see, I think with their school, the
Oh,
Nick
yeah,
Diaz
yeah.
Army, their school, they
People come from everywhere.
He's
to
watching
meet
fights every weekend.
Yeah.
It's all fighters of theirs or friends of theirs, or so I think they're so in touch with the the community
scene,
and
100%.
the scene, and I think they'll pull it off. I think they'll pull it off easily, to be honest with you. And I think there's a blueprint now, and the blueprint will make other sponsors also go, oh, you're trying to do what they are doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want in.
Yes.
It's your name, the Diaz.
100%.
I'm in. You know what I mean? Masvidal. I'm in.
Yeah.
Khabib.
He-
That's just Khabib. But you know what I mean. He do his own guy. But yeah, in any case, so he's fighting Khamzat Chimaev, obviously,
Oof, my God, my
who
God.
is 11 and 0.
11 and 0 is not lost. He is an absolute demon on earth. That's what I
Wow.
call him. Because he's like a brother came from out of a cave in Chechnya or something, and he's just here to kill everybody.
100%.
He's a dangerous Brahmin. I don't know if I'll ever see someone beat him.
He's a savage. He's really a
He's
savage,
savage.
right? And I think his aggression is. Do you know what it reminds me of? Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
He's found this way to make himself seem, or his allure to be so mystique. Wow, it's almost like there's like easy to a degree up until very recently, where it's almost like there's an aura around this fighter or this person that just if someone walks in the room, you're just like,
Oh shit,
You
this
know?
comes such a mind.
and he seems to have created that for himself, that image, and so he's obviously a beast, a wolf, if you will.
Yes, yo.
And I don't think anybody's giving this to Nate Diaz. But what we will say, I think, is that don't count Nate out. Nate can rock you like he showed Leon Edwards. He can rock you at any time.
Anytime, any place.
And if your cardio
Is on point.
is not on point,
Oh, it's not on point, yeah.
Nate
Look,
Diaz.
I have a strong feeling that we might see Nate Diaz actually get knocked the fuck out for the first time ever.
I think it will happen. So okay, wait. That's my prediction. My prediction is Nate getting knocked out in the first.
Ooh.
I'll be honest with you. That's my prediction. Because I just think you can't be in all the storybooks he's been in
Yeah.
and get to this point in someone's early pages of their storybook.
Yeah.
It's just
You
the
just
writing's on the wall, right?
Yeah.
And now we're just waiting for this moment to happen. That's what it feels like, at least. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a fight. Two people getting in there with fists, and we'll see who figures it out at the end. By the end of it.
Yeah. I say that he will get knocked out, but he might actually survive till second, because I feel like Nate is one person who can take the most and most and most, but then the second round is just gonna be
Obliterated early on. That's if he makes it.
That's if he makes it.
For sure. The thing why I think he won't make it is because of that aggression. It's that corner with Chad Mendes. It was almost like he's looking for an out. It's so bad in here that he's looking for an out, and I hate to say that, but that's what it eventually looked like until he got into that body shot and it was like, yay, give me something, like help me. You know what I mean? So genuinely, I think Boz is going to put it on so much that he's going to overwhelm Nate, and Nate is probably going to succumb to that before the end of the first, I think. But I know Nate can hang around, and Nate is tricky, so maybe Boz can't just go in if he gets caught with the shots through. Who knows? And this is why, after discussing these few points about this fight, I want to pose you a question. What happens if Khamzat is Nate Diaz is still there after 3 rounds, and it goes to the 4th and the 5th, and it goes 2 minutes into the 4th, and it goes 1 minute into the 4th, and Nate is still there? Do you think Khamzat, with all his pressure and volume he would have thrown up until that point, can still survive against Nate Diaz?
Yeah, I think he can, because I think Nate, in that 4th and 5th against Leon, he was almost like non-existent. He was trying mad shit, and he was like, I think
he started to come on in the 5th.
He did start to come on in the 5th,
and that's when
that is
rocked
true.
him. The 4th and the 5th he looked much better, but the 5th was really where he looked good. I swear to you, I think I felt like this, and I didn't say it because it sounds stupid, but I think Nate Diaz should be in like 10-round fights, because he only starts to warm up after 5. Genuinely. And now like you can't take anymore, and he can still take
all of it.
A lot. So that was my question to you. It was, if he survives that first 13 to 15 minutes of onslaught from Khamzat, do you think Khamzat maybe would have blown himself out like he did? He blew himself out against Burns.
He did.
And he needed to.
He needed
to win, to get the win. I get it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, my 95% of my brain is telling me, Khamzat's gonna win clearly. But I wanted to ask you that one question, which is, what if Nate survives till those last few, and Khamzat can't keep his arms up anymore?
Ooh.
That's all I'm asking. Right? Okay, moving on to the co-main event of the evening.
Yes.
Li Jingliang versus Elke Kui Tony Ferguson.
The boogie, man.
What do you think?
My bro Jingliang coming out of 3 wins out of 5. But if he lost to people like Magny, and then he lost to Chimaev.
I mean, there's no shame or harm in losing to Neil Magny or Khamzat Chimaev.
There is no shame. But I feel like he'll get the win over the Santiago Poncebayo kind of fighter.
Yeah.
But he might not get the win against somebody who is Tony fucking Ferguson. And Tony Ferguson, like, he's gotten kicked hard in his shots this past couple years now, right? He lost to Chandler, he lost to Gaethje, he lost to Oliveira, and Beneil Dariush. But think about it. That is high level lightweights. That is really high level lightweights.
Either one of them can be a champion.
Literally.
Or the champion.
100%. If it wasn't for Charlie Olive is the champion basically. And Islam, if there wasn't Islam, then probably
one of them would be the champ.
Yeah,
that's how small the margins are.
100%. So Tony Ferguson coming into welterweight, it's going to be interesting. He's a bit bigger, a bit wider, and who knows, maybe this is a weight that he needed to be after fighting in lightweight. Maybe they were too fast for him. Maybe they were too quick for him at that time. Like, that's how he kind of lost against Chan. Chan was too quick. That up kick was too quick. At Charlie Olives, he got wrapped up quickly by Charlie Olives, and the fight was over. It was over quickly. I feel like he might have been too slow. Maybe at welterweight he gets a bit of size, Maybe he's able to keep his own pace, and really like fuck up some welterweights, man.
It might start with Li Jingliang. I'll be honest with you. I'm a big fan of the Leech. Like his personality. He seems like a really nice, fun guy. Great fighter. Really, really top fighter. I'll be honest with you. Might even be a welterweight contender.
Yo.
I genuinely think so. Like, genuinely think so. Like, he fought Khamzat for a reason. Like, it was like Khamzat had these layers of challenges, and he was the final layer before the top dogs.
Yeah.
And that shows you with how long he's been in the UFC, which is not all that long with Li Jingliang. I think it should tell you like there's something there. He has a high skill set, and he's only getting better. So I think he could give those people some troubles. Don't be surprised if that's another Michael Bisping story. He's someone that I think they would call on a short notice period because of his skill set, because he gives a fun fight. Khamzat dominated him. Don't let that be what's ringing in your mind. I can see you there, it might be ringing in your mind, but don't let that ring in your mind. Khamzat is a different beast.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think he's going to be at welterweight for long. If you see how he looks, chiseled, lean, mean, amazing. Sorry to come back to him, but like, he's not going to be at welterweight for long. So don't be surprised if that opens up. This fight for me signifies a coming together of the perfect styles. This is the perfect fight.
100%.
It's literally a lengthy, rangy guy versus a lengthy, rangy guy that can both fight technically on the inside. It's literally beautifully scripted.
Oh yeah, it's very well put together.
I genuinely feel like the UFC went, we don't care. 180? Fine. Let's do 180. We don't care. This is such a good fight.
This is a good fight to put on, my bro.
Let's do it.
And it's against Kevin Holland, my bro. The Trailblazer.
The superhero.
The Kung Fu master.
100% the superhero, bruh. And yeah, so what do you think? What do you think's gonna happen? How do you think it's gonna go?
Sure. I think, one thing Kevin Holland was very susceptible to was good wrestling and grappling. And Dad Rodriguez is big, he's a big guy. So if he could get to the grappling, he could get to the wrestling, he definitely has a really good shots. But like you mentioned, inside boxing is very good. So if Kevin Holland opens up to any of that, he's gonna get fucking put on that mat, right? And he's been put on the mat before.
Yeah.
Right? So I think if Kevin Holland comes out and acts as he is and is comfortable and everything, doesn't showboat too much, because I think this sort of opponent, the Brag, you don't necessarily want to do that against.
Yeah.
Because if you do that in that boxing or what, that size is gonna fuck you up.
Destroy you.
It's gonna destroy you. So head kicks, he needs to head kick this man. Like Kevin Holland wants to win, he needs to throw a fucking dangerous head kick.
He has a big head.
Big head.
T-Rod has a big head, bro.
He does have a big head. He does.
So, but look, so does Usman, right?
Oh, yeah. So does everybody, man. Hit the tempo.
Most, right? So yeah, look, who do you see winning this one?
Bro, I see D-Rod winning it actually. I do see D-Rod winning it. Also, I think like Kevin Holland got arrested the other day, man.
Yeah, I'm also a bit worried about.
Like mentally, it might be a whole fuck up, bro. Like
100%. I don't know. Like, but we'll have to see, right?
Or maybe it makes him want to fight even harder.
And the skill set, man. And he needs I'm sure he'll need the money. So yeah, look. In any case, I think Kevin Holland is amazing, and I think he can definitely win this. And I think he can definitely knock D-Rod out, or knock him silly and choke him out. But I see D-Rod. I'll be honest with you, I see D-Rod knocking him out.
No way it's possible.
I see D-Rod, I'm not saying clean, maybe it's a TKO or something, but I'll be honest with you, the way D-Rod hits and his inside boxing, Mike Perry is no joke. Ask Michael Venom Page.
Nah, he's no joke.
Ask Michael Venom Page what he thinks about Mike Perry, and he'll tell you, wow, like
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I knew what I was getting myself into. It looks easy until I'm there, and he's coming forward, and he's boxes the way he boxes, fights the way he fights. It's hard. D-Rod is for real.
Oh, yeah.
He's for real. I think what Kevin Holland should do is target his lead leg. He's very front foot heavy. That's what I would do. Target his lead leg. So just look out for that, and we'll see from there. But Kevin Holland is skilled as they come, so he could throw a few low kicks and then whang question mark kick against the head. Who knows? Stumbling, finishing.
His kicks are he's like he throw a punch. He's not bad at punching, but like his kicks are just it's dangerous.
But he's a forceful, aggressive person. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a fun fight, and that's probably also your other contender for fight of the night.
100%.
Vichy, the fight just before is a women's bantamweight fight between Irene Aldana versus Macy Shasson. What do you think?
Look, they're both coming off 3 wins out of 5. Both fighters.
An interesting stat there.
Interesting stats. But they both lost to Carl Pennington.
Lucky.
And I think if we get focused maybe on those and their 2 fighters, Aldana lost on decision, split.
And I don't think she lost.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Mason got choked the fuck up.
Yeah, Macy's good. She's really good, and she's really starting to settle. I think now into like, okay, we can see there's something there.
Yeah.
But Irene Aldana, like the reason why she fought Rocky Pennington was because I think she's potentially a contender.
100%.
And bro, her stand up is mad.
Yes.
And she switched over from boxing, right? So there was a big learning curve for her to, get into it, MMA without it's tough to go, with little losses. Sometimes you're gonna have to take the L. And with her, I'll be honest with you, I saw how she lost to Rocky, and I didn't agree with it at all.
Yeah.
And I love Rocky, obviously. Like, she reminds me of the old tough seasons.
Yeah, and the only other loss Aldana had is Holly Holm in that 3 out of 5.
And you can.
It's 2. She lost to 2 good fighters at the one. Like we said, is questionable anyway. So I see Arina Aldana taking this one. I think my son she's definitely there. She's on her way up, but I think it's a very tough fight for her. It's like we're not sure whether she's going to be able to get through this one.
This is backs against the wall.
Backs against the wall. And hey, maybe she does. Maybe putting her back against the wall in the situation. Who knows? She loses this one, she loses the next one. That might be in her head. I might get cut. You know what I mean? I can't lose too many more.
100%.
So
it's gonna be an interesting one. Gonna be a fun one. I expect Aldana to finish Macy. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And then the opening fight for the main card is a light heavyweight bout between
Ian Kutulava
and an alcohol
and a whiskey.
I didn't even know what kind of alcohol it was. I was like, and alcohol.
A John Walker Black Label.
Johnny Walker. How do you see this going, Shane? This is a slugfest. This is
a slug.
It's gonna last 15 seconds.
This is a slugfest, and I honestly think that this could be a chopper, a let go fight. Very easily could be. I might be jumping the gun on that, but they're both coming off 3 losses out of 5. Johnny Walker lost to Ankalaev. Into Kutulava lost to to Ankalaev twice.
Yeah.
Then he lost to Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann's a good fighter.
Superman Spann. Uriah Hall,
But it's you
really competitive.
Yeah, but
they just can't seem to
get to that next level.
Just that Marvin Vittori.
100%. Some Johnny Walker also coming off 3 losses to like we all expected a lot. I remember when he first arrived on the scene, we were all talking about him starching people, doing fucking worms when he wins and shit, then hurting his arm and shit. And you see him training with John Kavanagh, and he's touring the world and training with all these people. And when you see people do that kind of thing, you're like, oh no, this brother's legit. Because the other people that are doing this shit is Peter Yan. the high level people of their division.
Whaley.
Whaley's 100%. People going, learning things from different people, and then trying to apply it in the fight, right? So, unfortunately, it's not the case with my brother. And I think, yeah, I think they're both good fighters, but they just like we said, they just can't get there. And I think the UFC will look at it and be like, you guys are both exciting, but you just don't bring it.
Yeah.
And it's not enough.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I think you're right. I think one of these guys could be let go, or could not be offered another contract. I don't know what their contract situation looks like.
Yeah.
They could have another 2 fights or 1 fight left in their contracts, whatever. Either way, I think it's one of those fights where it's do or die for both of these guys. You're right.
Yeah.
And I personally, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna go for Ion Cutelaba. And I'll tell you why. I know Johnny Walker's been at SGB for a while, and I've got mad respect for them. I mean, come on, Kavanaugh, he's doing mad things, promotional things as well, with his own fight promotion for years. I mean, legends, and but he's been there a while. Johnny Walker's been there a while, and I think ultimately there's quit somewhere there, and I think it will continue. It's maybe harsh, and I want him to do well. I like him. I want him to do well, but that's just my opinion. Ion Cutelaba, when it started to go bad for him, he was like, no, I'm going to go to Eric Nixick.
Yeah.
Doing all the right things by the UFC PI. And he's now suddenly a training partner of Franz Ngannou and, Sean Strickland. And so I think things would have changed for him.
Yeah.
And I think it's like you mentioned about Johnny Walker's start when he's going to SGB and he's with John Kavanaugh and doing this, and that's what I get about Ion, like for real.
Yeah.
So I think you'll be a lot smarter, a lot more technical, especially if Eric Nixick is his coach.
Oh yeah, man.
And you'll know the openings of Johnny Walker because Eric called the opening of Usman
100%.
right before it happened. Like literally, like damn. You either have it or you don't.
However, especially at that level.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be a 15-second fight, and I think Ion is gonna knock Johnny Walker's head off.
That is very possible.
Either way, it's gonna be fun to watch this card. It's a banger from start to end. It starts at 12
midnight.
Prelims, early prelims.
11th September.
11th September. On Supersport, and we'll see you after with a recap.
Yes,
Thank you so much for tuning in as always, and give us your thumb, hit a like, please, subscribe
and comment. We need to see more comments.
What do you think?
What do you think about the fights? What is your thought? Are we right or are we wrong?
That's what you think.
Yeah, let us know.
Let's go. Thank you so much, Rishi.